Alright, so the first tune we're going to be learning in this class is a classic folk tune, You Are My Sunshine. It's a pretty basic folk song. If you don't know it, you could learn it quite easily. I'll go and play through it right now, really quick, just to let you hear it if you've never heard it before. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Etc., etc. So I'll be teaching it to you first on the guitar. Now the guitar, 6 strings, tuned E, A, D, G, B, E, but we're not concerned about the bottom 3 strings. We're only going to be using the top 3 strings, which I guess this would be called the top. The 3 skinniest strings, I'll say that. So the song is in C major, so we're going to be playing our first chord, our tonic, the C, like this. So you're going to have nothing, then on the second string, you're going to have it on the first fret, and then the open E string. You want it to ring nice and clear like this. Alright, so you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me. Then on happy, we're going to change chords to an F major. Now the F major is a tough chord to play, I'll admit, because you have to bar these down. So you're going to have your first fret, or first finger on the first fret of the first and second string. Then on the third string, you're going to have one of your other fingers, I suggest the middle finger, on the third string on the second fret. So it's going to sound like this. So there's your F chord. And you want it to ring out really nicely. A lot of times you'll get a real, you won't get a nice bar across it. So if this is too difficult, if you're a little more, if you have a little bit more dexterity with your fingers, you could play it like this, where you use your index and your middle finger on the first 2 strings on the first fret, and then on the third string on the second fret, you use your ring finger. It might ring a little bit better for you, whatever is easier. As long as you can get a nice resonant sound on it, all fine by me. Alright. Happy when skies are gray. Back to the C on gray. You'll never know. On no, you go back to the F chord. No, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sun. So on sun, we go to the G7 chord. Now the G7, it's just like the C major chord, but here, instead of having it on the first fret of the second string, it's going to be on the first fret of the first string. Right, like that. Then we go right back to C. Alright, so let's go and let's play through that. I'll go and count out loud, and then I'll tell you when to be ready to change to the F and the G, okay? So let's see. So 1, 2, 3. Bum, bum, bum. 1, 2, 3. Ba-da-da. 1, 2. Get ready for the F chord. Bum, 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 bum. Go back to the C. 1, 2. Go back to the F chord. And back to the C chord. Then stay on C. C. Back to G. Then to C. And yeah, that's how you play it. It just takes some time to really get smooth with the with switching in between each of the chords, because it's hard to get your fingers moving around that quickly. Thankfully, this song doesn't have too many chord changes, so yeah, you just got to keep working at it. See you on the battlefield. Alrighty, so we're back. Now I'm going to be teaching you how to play it on the ukulele, because I think, ukuleles are getting a lot more popular now. And, if you don't have a guitar, you can always play it on the ukulele. It's a chordal instrument. Ukulele is tuned G, C, E, A. So we're going to be playing this in the same key as we played it on the guitar, in C major. So here's your C chord. Now this one, is pretty simple to play. Right on the 3rd fret of your 1st string, you're going to want to put down one of your fingers. It can be any of them. I like to use my ring finger because it sets you up the best for playing the rest of the chords. And then on happy, we go to the F chord, as I said, and with the guitar. We go to the F chord. The F chord here is a little bit tougher. Well, no, it's a bit easier than on guitar. You don't have to bar anything. So on your 4th string, you're going to use your middle finger. You're going to put it on the 2nd fret of your 4th string. And then on your 2nd string, you're going to use your index finger and you're going to put it on the 1st fret. And you want it to ring out nice like that again, because sometimes people will block their 3rd string with their middle finger, but you just want to make sure you get a nice resonant sound on it. When skies are... And back to your C chord. You'll never know. On no, go back to the F. Then back to C. Please don't take my son. Then on son, we're going to the G7. The G7 on ukulele is a bit tougher, I'll admit. So on the 3rd string, on the 2nd fret, you're going to use your middle finger. You're going to put it down, 2nd fret of the 3rd string. On your 2nd string, index finger on the 1st fret, like you're playing the F, kind of, but fingers are going to be in different spots. The other fingers will be. And your ring finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of your 1st string. You want to get a nice sound like this. Nice and resonant. Then back to your C chord. So let's go and play through it together right now. If you have a ukulele at home, feel free. I encourage you actually to play with me. So, 1, 2, 3. You are my sunshine. Oh, wrong key. I was thinking of it was in a G major. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. And it's as easy as that, you know. The chord changes are going to be the same as guitar. So once you get the once you get the chord changes down, you know, you just have to learn the fingerings and get really smooth in between going between them. And you'll be right as rain. And then also for the strumming pattern, keep it as simple as, you know, just a downstroke every beat, or even, you know, if you're not comfortable with that, you can just strum it at the start of the measure. Because that'll help give you some time to go and switch to like your F chord, or switch to F chord, or switch to your G7 chord. It'll give you a little bit of time if you're just... Then you can think about it, you can visualize it before you put your fingers down. And yeah, that's it on ukulele. Okay, so what if you don't have a ukulele or a guitar at home, and you still want to participate? Well, you could sing, definitely. You know, it's a pretty simple melody to follow. Once you get the lyrics, pull them up on your phone or something. You could whistle it if you're able to whistle. Not everyone is. You could hum it. If you don't know the words, just hum the melody. But if you want to play a different role, play the role of a timekeeping rhythm instrument, the spoons. So, you know, go into your kitchen, go into the silverware drawer. You'll be able to hopefully find some spoons. If not, I have something for you in the future. But so to play the spoons, you're gonna want to take your 2 spoons, clean hopefully. You know, you don't want to have last night's dinner on them. That might affect the sound of them. You're going to take the first spoon, you're going to want to put it right in the crook of your finger right here. So, you know, pull your finger together. It's like when you make a dog, when you're doing little shadow puppets. But here, you're going to take it, put it right in the crook of your finger. You want to get a nice grasp around it. Don't hold it too tight. You want it to have a little bit of wiggle. And then you're going to take the second spoon and put that one in the crook of your middle finger. So your hand should be kind of like this. It's a weird little claw kind of. You want to go and hold the spoons in between them right like this. I encourage you to grab your own spoons if you're watching at home. So you're going to be holding the spoons like this. You want to have a little bit. You want them to be pretty close together, but not touching. Because if they're touching like this, you're not going to get it's not going to work. You're not going to get any sound on them. You want to have a little bit of space in between them. so they have a little bit of play. Alright, now to get it to, well actually, make sure that the grip on the spoons is very, very good. Because when I started playing spoons, I had a lot of trouble with it just because I had it way out here, and then you don't get that much, you don't get a very good, you don't get very much control over them. You don't get much sound out of them because they're just wildly flailing. So I'd say probably like an inch or two away from the bowl of the spoon, and we should be set to go. So how to play it, you want to hold your hand up here, not too high above them. You want to have it just a little bit above, and you want to just smack it on your leg. You just hit it on your knee. You should get a nice clang on there, you know. And then when you have your hand above, what this does is it's just another rebound for the spoon. So it'd be the same as hitting it on your leg and then flipping it over and hitting it again, but it's easier, you know. It doesn't take as much work. You get a lot more. You can get a lot more notes. So now with our spoons in hand, we're gonna play along to "You Are My Sunshine." So I'm just gonna sing it because you know it's just easier that way. So 1, 2. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Oh, I lost the grip there at the end. See, that's why it's important to have a really good grip on them. Now, the way that I like to accompany the "You Are My Sunshine" with the spoons, or really any rhythmic tool, is just do a nice bum bada 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 bum. A nice, you know, like a bum chicka bum kind of rhythm. So bum chicka bum buncha bum chicka bum chicka bum chicka bum chicka bum chicka bum chicka bum. And then you know, that helps a lot with the rhythm. It kind of gives it, you know, a folky quality, I guess, you know. Dum 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 digga 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 digga dum digga dum. So you know, then you can throw a couple 16th notes in there just to spice it up, but you know. Alrighty, so let's say you don't have a guitar, you don't have a ukulele, and you also don't have spoons. So what are you going to do, right? You know, besides sing or hum? I'll tell you what you could do. It's a little thing called ham boning, right? Ham boning is, in essence, body percussion, you know. You know, making different noises with your body, you know, by slapping, you know, clapping, snapping, all that sort of stuff. You know, it's a real beautiful art form. It's really nice. You know, it's a good way to improve your sense of rhythm as well, because you know you can just be sitting in class just you know, just tapping along on your legs or something, tapping along on like a desk, you know. So we're gonna be tapping, patting, clapping, and ham boning along to my "You Are My Sunshine." I don't know why I blanked on the name. I've said it like 15 times. So, the rhythm that we're going to use is the same as with the spoons, you know, the boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom. It's kind of like a gallop, you know, like when you see a horse, boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom. So, the way that we're going to be doing that, though, is slightly different, you know, instead of, you know, being here doing this thing, we're going to be boom, chicka 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 boom. Or if you don't like that, if that's kind of hard to, you know, it's hard to get it moving super fast, you know, just so let's go and sing through it. You know, do whichever you like, either just on your legs, do the whole shebang, or you can make up your own stuff, you know. That's the nice thing about ham boning, is that you can really do what you want, you know, as long as you're in the pocket, you know, you can really play along with it how you want. So I'm gonna go and sing through "You Are My Sunshine," ham bone your own way. Alright, so 1, 2. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You know, you can put a lot more emphasis into it, you know. You know, you can do a lot of fun stuff. I'm really sorry if that was really loud. I don't know how loud it is. I'll find out in post. But I mean, yeah, that's the beauty of it, is you can do it your own way every time. It's very much, you know, that's the nice thing about folk music to me, is there's no right way to do it. You know, you can do it on any instrument. You know, it's about celebrating the culture around it and celebrating, you know, the song itself. You know, like a lot of folk songs is just passed down by ear. And I would have liked to learn songs by ear for this course, but unfortunately, with the circumstances that, you know, the way they are, unfortunately, we'll just be doing a lot of stuff like this, I think, unless it doesn't go well. But, yeah, so let's go and put it all together. Let's have a big old jam session. I'll see you there. Well, all right, guys. You know, that was a very nice lesson. I'm glad you guys could join me today. And so now we're going to have a little jam session, just put it all together, really culminate all of the things we learned. So I encourage you to pick up any instrument that you want to play that we went over today, or even if you want to learn something on your own, learn it on your own instrument, learn it by ear. I mean, go ahead. I mean, that's what folk music's all about, you know, continuing the traditions and stuff. And yeah, let's do it. 1, 2. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. We'll go through it one more time. Very nice. I'll see you guys next week.